it like the engine doesn't keep cycling as fast as like a combustion?
So on this side, you can change the regenerative braking, and if you kick it until it's on max, then you only have to drive with one pedal. You don't ever have to hit the brake. Just the minute you take your foot off, it starts to brake for you. Oh, you should play it on that.
Okay.
It's fun.
You're a good spokesperson.
Welcome back, Jackets fans, to the second game of this Windy City Select tournament. We will be taking on Little Caesars out of Detroit. Girls had a fun Christmas party before this game, so hopefully, they're bringing the good vibes on here to this game. Little Caesars is typically some pretty tough competition. Their hockey is significantly better than their pizza. So it should be a tough game, and hopefully the Jackets are ready for it. Jackets are going to send out LeMasters, Kohlhaas, and McInhill here to start. Basinski and Martin on the backside. That puck pops over to Basinski. Basinski's going to take it up. She gets past the red line and shoots it in deep to the Caesars zone. Caesars has it behind their own net. LeMasters was given chase momentarily. That one's going to pop up the boards. Martin pinching in, trying to keep that one in there. She's able to punch that one back around. Little Caesars now taking it back around their own net. They send it back up the boards. Kohlhaas there to meet it, trying to keep that one in. She's able to poke it away, and LeMasters now grabbing it. LeMasters sends it to the front of the net. And that's going to pop all the way over to the weak side. And now Little Caesars going to break that out, but it's broken up by McInhill. And Capri gives it a touch to try to send it back the other way, but Little Caesars now breaking into the Jacket zone. They drop pass it there around try to drop pass it around the back of the whole boards, but it's Maxim who picks it up. She's able to clear it out of the zone, and it's going to be Maxim who gets chased herself, and that's going to be an offsides call here on the Jackets. So 13:05 to play here in this first and opening period, and Jackets are coming out with a little figure here. Face-off going to be taken just outside the Little Caesars zone by Maxim. She's got Sullivan and LaRoche here. That one pops over and deep into the Little Caesars zone. Little Caesars collects it behind their own net, trying to play it up, but Sullivan right there on her heels. That one is going to pop up the boards, and that one's going to come out. Caesars coming down with some speed there, met at the boards. She cuts on over, and now it's going to be stripped off her stick by Maxim. Maxim sends a horseshoeing around the back. It's going to LaRoche trying to give chase there, but Little Caesars catches it and sends it behind the Jackets net. Little Caesars now trying to cycle in. They send a quick shot toward the net, but that one's going to bounce to the wide. Puck pinned in the corner again. Sullivan's trying to clear it along with Schlagheck. That's going to pop up almost to the Little Caesars blue line, but caught again. It's the circles by Little Caesars. They toss that one back to the blue line. She tosses it back down to the wing, and now back behind the net as Little Caesars is trying to find the middle of the ice. Jackets are able to strip that one off. Sullivan able to get that one out, but the quick give and go pass back doesn't hit, and Little Caesars is going to dump it in the zone as they get their legs changed. Schlagheck collects it behind the Jackets net, sends it over to Strang. Strang trying to play it up the boards, but that one's going to shoot to the center of the ice, and a quick shot is covered by Shorman, and we're going to get a defensive zone faceoff here for the Jackets. 11:51 to play. Puck goes down, hops back to the blue line for Little Caesars. That one's going to pop all the way free, though. Little Caesars trying to recollect it here in neutral ice. Douse there, though, to pick it up. Douse sends it forward to Fasoni, but they're able to clear it quick, and now it's going to be a 2-on-1 for Franklin. They send that shot over and just glances off the glove of Shorman and up and out. Fasoni now behind the net, fighting for that one. She's trying to send it over to the mid boards for Robinson. Caesars grabs a hold of it again, and now that one's going to trickle all the way to the weak side. Picked up by Douse. Douse trying to get it up to McInhill. That one's going to pop free for Sony now, trying to muscle that through center ice. She goes down. Now Jackets are going to dump it in, changing the full offensive line. Kohlhaas trying to give some pressure there. Caesars coming down as Douse works her into the boards there. That puck goes around the back of the Jackets net and picked up by Martin. Martin trying to send it up for Haybecker. Haybecker collects it on the mid-boards, but Little Caesars is there to poke it away. Martin again now sends it over to the weak side of the net. And Kohlhaas, who's able to get that one out. Little Caesars, though, collects it again in their own zone and now trying to work their way back. It's Martin who's able to grab that one. She sends it over to Bazinski. Bazinski now trying to work her way through neutral ice. Bazinski goes full coast to coast on it, and now she's down into the Little Caesars zone looking for an option here. Still trying to keep that one away, and now she sends it up to Martin. Martin collects it at the blue line. She's looking for some room. She tries to send it in for a shot there close to the net, but it's intercepted by Little Caesars, and Little Caesars now working it back into the Jackets zone. That one goes horseshoeing around the back of the Jackets net, picked up by Bazinski, and now it's going to be LaRoche with it on the mid-boards. She's able to pop that one out into neutral ice, but Little Caesars is there to collect it as the Jackets are changing. Quick shot right into the glove of Shorman, and we're going to get a stoppage here with 9:54 to play in this first period. So defensive zone face-off here is going to be taken by Maxim. She's got Sullivan and LaRoche out there with her. Sent to the blue liner. Shot goes in, but it hits Schlagheck, and now that's going to trickle to the corner. Schlagheck picks it up, sending it up for LaRoche, but caught by the blue liner. She's going to chuck that one into the opposite corner now, and it's Strang there trying to get it out. Strang trying to work that one past the defender. She gets that nicely to center ice to Maxim. Maxim now trying to work her way in. She chucks that one into the zone and goes chasing. Maxim now into the corner. She's got Sullivan there in center ice. That pops back to the blue liner, and Schlagheck sends one in. Trickle, and it goes into the glove and out. And now we will get a stoppage here. .9:16 to play in this first period. Jackets are going to have Fasoni out here for this offensive zone face-off. That puck gets stuck under there. Little Caesars comes away with it. They send it around the back of their own net. Picked up. They go back the opposite direction. And now it's Little Caesars who's able to pop that one all the way through, and they're going to come in with some speed down into the Jacket zone. She puts the brakes on, sends it back to the blue liner, but that one's going to hit Douse now. Douse able to keep that one from getting to the net, and now Franklin trying to find some real estate there. As that puck comes back to the middle of the ice, Douse now trying to fight it away in the corner. She pops that up to Robinson. They're trying to fight that one past, and it's going to trickle all the way down the ice and for an icing call on the Jackets here. So that'll come back in to the Jackets zone, and we will get another face-off. It looks like it's going to be taken by LeMasters out here. She's got Kohlhaas and Haybecker with her. Bazinski and Martin on defense. Puck goes down. It's going to be picked up by Martin. She sends it over to Bazinski. Bazinski's looking up for some options. She sends it up to Haybecker. Haybecker tries to chip it forward to the middle of the ice, but it's picked up by Little Caesars. Little Caesars, though, going to mug LeMasters as she goes down, and now Little Caesars working back the other direction. They get a centering pass, but that doesn't find any real estate, and now it's picked up by Haybecker. Haybecker trying to go middle ice to Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas picks it up. Kohlhaas able to just scoop it into the Little Caesars zone, but they're going to quickly gain possession and move it back through neutral ice. Picked up now by LaRoche. LaRoche still trying to fight this one away as Jackets are trying to get some fresh legs out here. Now it's shot by Little Caesars, and that one's going to pop all the way out of the zone. It's like Little Caesars tried to send that one back in, and we're going to get an offsides call here. So we're going to have 7:46 to play now in this first period. Center ice face-off here for the Jackets. Maxim takes the face off. It's picked up by Sullivan. She sends it back to Strang, and Strang sends it quickly over to Schlagheck. Now Jackets in neutral ice. They send that one up. It's LaRoche who sends it deep. Maxim and Sullivan both giving chase back there. Maxim sends it center of the net, and that one's going to glance off the goalie pad and go to the opposite corner, and now it's going to be picked up by Little Caesars. No, we're going to get an offsides call as Little Caesars is going to get called for, looks like an intentional offsides here. And we're going to get a face-off in the defensive zone. Puck goes down. It's going to be LaRoche. They're fighting for it on the boards. That one's going to hit Schlagheck at the blue line. Now it's going to be taken out by Little Caesars. Little Caesars now works their way into the Jacket zone. She's looping around looking for an option. That one, a shot glances off the pads of Shorman, but picked up again by Little Caesars. That shot glances off the side of the net and is going to go behind it. And now it's Strang over in the corner fighting for it. Strang and Maxim both trying to clear that puck out from behind the net. Little Caesars comes up with it. They're looking for the blue line pass, but that's going to slide all the way through, and it's going to be picked up there by Little Caesars again in their own zone. Jackets trying to change everybody now, and Little Caesars trying to capitalize. Little Caesars picks it up, but sends it back the wrong direction, and now they're going to have to regroup through neutral ice. Couple bodies go down, and it's going to be Robinson who comes up with it. She loses an edge, and now she's going to send it in for Fasoni. Fasoni now trying to fight that one through some traffic. She's going to lose it, but caught at the blue line by Franklin. Franklin sends a clapper in toward the net, but that's going to glance off the side. McInhill now trying to fight for that one. Popped up by Little Caesars at the blue line. Franklin tries to catch her there, and it's going to be an off to the races, and there's a shot. Great save by Shorman as that one goes off the blocker. Jackets fighting for it in the corner again now, and Little Caesars sends it back behind the net, trying to get it to the blue line, and it's McInhill who's able to poke that one free as she's leaving the ice, and now Little Caesars trying to regroup again. It's Haybecker this time who's not able to knock that one off the stick. Little Caesars still trying to fight back toward this net. Fasoni giving some shoves behind there as well. Little Caesars able to get that one up to the wing, and now back behind their own net. Franklin and Fasoni both putting some muscle into it behind there, trying to get this puck off the stick, and now it's going to be Haybecker who's able to intercept that blue line pass. Haybecker's now off to the races. She gets through traffic and is able to chuck that one in, and Jackets are going to get 4 fresh bodies on as Haybecker goes on the forecheck. Cleared there now by Little Caesars. It's Bazinski trying to keep this one out, and Little Caesars now going to get called for an offsides, and we're going to get a face-off from the dot with 5:02 left in the first period. Puck goes down, sent back to the blue line for Little Caesars. Little Caesars now looking for an option through the neutral zone. They send that one in, missing the target, and now it's going to be Bazinski in the corner trying to get this out. That's caught at the top of the circle. Shot hits, I believe, the legs of Martin, and then the rebound hits the side of the net. Now that one's hard clapper from the blue line, and that's going to go off the skate of Martin now. Haybecker goes hard into the boards, and she's slow to get up there as this puck is still loose in front of the net. Bazinski able to finally get a piece of it. Now Bazinski's going to come with some speed through the neutral zone. Bazinski working her way into the Little Caesars zone. Puck comes off the stick, and Jackets are still trying to get a couple fresh legs on here. It's going to be Strang on defense, and that one glances off her body and just swatted away by Shorman. Strang now trying to look for an outlet. She hits Maxim. Maxim coming through the neutral zone. She's tied up there in the corner, and she's able to just muscle it through, but it's taken off the stick by Little Caesars. Little Caesars now looking for an outlet. Maxim giving some pressure there, and she's able to get that one away. Little Caesars now collecting it in their own zone. Sullivan on the forecheck along with LaRoche trying to keep this one here. Fasoni flying in from off the bench, trying to break up this pass. Jackets are playing with some serious vigor, and nothing's getting called, so we're going to keep going, and now we are going to get a cross-checking call right as I said it. So Possibly I am manifesting things here as Jackets are going to go on the penalty kill. Certainly loving the vigor the Jackets are bringing to this game, though. So Jackets are going to send out Lynn Masters, Robinson, Schlagheck, and Basinski out here. That one goes back to the blue line to blue line pass. Hard shot in, goes off somebody's, and now that is going to trickle over and covered up by Shorman, and now we're going to get some extracurricular shoving here afterwards, as might have been some people here in the circle. Puck's going to go on here for LeMasters again. She tries to swat that one up toward Basinski. Blue line to blue line pass now, though. That gets picked off by Robinson. Robinson now just trying to muscle this one out of the zone. She's still trying to poke at that. Caught it right at the blue line. Robinson goes down, and now Little Caesars able to chuck that one deeper into the zone. Picked up by Schlagheck. She tries to loop it around the boards. Gets caught there by Little Caesars again. Schlagheck there back trying to do get that one to stay out. Now that hard shot by Little Caesars, and that's going to slip in past the shoulder, and Little Caesars is going to capitalize on that penalty and go up 1-0. So Jackets, hopefully they can keep this fire going even after giving up a goal. Little Caesar seems to be meeting the energy here in the Windy City. So back to full strength for both teams. Looks like we're going to have Maxim, Sullivan, LaRoche out here with Franklin and Dowse. Puck goes down to Maxim, tied up there under the sticker. It's the circle, popped back to Franklin. Franklin trying to find a way through some traffic. She gets a stick on it, able to chuck it forward, and it's going to be Maxim giving chase deep into the Little Caesars zone. Little Caesars comes up with it. Caught at the blue line there by Dowse. She goes down. Still caught in the blue line. Now that's going to pop out. Little Caesars looking for that cross-ice pass. It's going to hit the stick of Franklin, trickle all the way to Shorman, and Shorman's going to get the glove over it for the stop with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in this first period. So Jackets are going to have Maxim out here taking this face off. LaRoche and Sullivan with her. Basinski and Martin back on defense. Puck goes down. Maxim tries to send that one over to the corner. That's going to scoop around the back of the Jackets net. It's Basinski trying to get that one up to LaRoche. LaRoche hits Maxim in the skates, and now it's going to be Little Caesars working their way back into the Jackets zone. Puck goes around the back of the net. Martin still trying to get Parasha. That one pops back to the blue line. Hard shot goes in. That hits the blocker of Shorman, and now it's back behind the Jackets net. They hit the blue line again. Hard shot again. Comes up, and that glances, I think, off of a jacket and just popped over the corner of Shorman as that hard shot came in. So 2 minutes even to go here. Face-off going to be taken by Fasoni. She's got Robinson and Haybecker out there with her. That puck goes down. Fasoni sends it deep into the zone, and now she's going to be the one to give chase into the corner. Fasoni trying to get a hold of that puck. She's able to come away with it. Fasoni looking for an option, trying to get it over to Haybecker. It's going to be picked up by Little Caesars. Little Caesars clearing that one out, and Strang tries to grab hold of it. Fasoni now trying to sneak that puck out at the blue line. Little Caesars working across the top of the circles. Little Caesars drops it down into the corner. Shot comes in. Rebound is picked up by the Jackets, and now it's going to be Haybecker who's able to clear that one out. She tries to hit Robinson there in center ice. Robinson's able to pick that one back up. Robinson now working her way into the Jackets zone. Jackets changing now, and Little Caesars is going to pick that up. They go cross-ice pass, misses its mark, and now it's Dowse who's going to be picking it up behind the Jackets net. Dowse sending it up the boards to LaRoche. LaRoche trying to tap that one, or McInhill trying to attack that one and toward the center of the ice, but picked up by Little Caesars. Little Caesars behind the back of the Jackets net. 52 seconds to play in this period. Little Caesars working their way forward, hits the stick of Dowse, and then a clapper goes into the side of the net. Little Caesars again trying to find center ice as they send some passes around. That cross-ice pass hits some bodies and scoots out of the zone, and Little Caesars is going to go back into their own zone to collect it. Colehouse on McInhill on the forecheck here, and Little Caesars is going to send that one the length of the ice. We're not going to get an icing as that touched the stick of Martin. 21 seconds now. Martin scoops that one forward, trying to hit LaRoche. LaRoche trying to hit LeMasters. LeMasters is able to get that one out of the zone as she goes for the change. Little Caesars quickly trying to work their way back in. 8 seconds to go. LaRoche again chipping it out for Maxim, and now Little Caesars working their way back in, but it looks like they're going to be out of time as this period will end with a score of 2-0 for Little Caesars. Welcome back to period 2. That puck is going to drop, goes back to the blue line of Little Caesars, and Little Caesars now going to work it into the Jackets zone. Little Caesars get an angle to the corner by Schlagheck, and now it's going to be taken off the stick. Maxim tries to send it forward for Sullivan, but Little Caesars is going to intercept that, and Little Caesars now back into the Jackets zone. Strang picks it up. Strang trying to make girl miss, and Little Caesars is going to come away with that. Strang still in the corner trying to work this one out. That puck hits the skates of Maxim, and now it's going to be sent back the other way. Strang again trying to get this one. Little Caesars going to send that one just horseshoeing around the back of the net, picked up by Schlagheck. Schlagheck sends it up to LaRoche, and now Little Caesars is going to come away with it. They're trying to get a cross-ice pass, but that's going to be taken away by LaRoche, and now it's going to be Schlagheck trying to send that one into the zone. Jackets on the change now is Little Caesars picks it up in the corner behind their own net. Vasoni trying to keep this one in, and Little Caesars though going to break out through the neutral ice. They chuck that one in, and they're going to go for the change. Picked up now by Schlagheck behind the net. Schlagheck sends it up to Haybecker. Haybecker looking for Tassoni in the middle of the ice, knocked off her stick. Haybecker there trying to pick it back up. But Little Caesars going to come back the other direction. Little Caesars looking for their passing option. They hit it, and that stuck in front of the net, still loose. And finally, I believe, chipped away by Franklin as a couple of shots hit the pads of Shorman there. Little Caesars now looping around the back of their net, coming through the middle of the zone. They've got a passing option as they hit this cross ice, send a shot in, trying to go 5-hole, and Jackets are going to hit their own goalie, and the net will be dislodged. So we will have a whistle there. So we will get another face-off here in the defensive zone. 12 minutes to go in the second period. Face-off going to be taken by LeMasters. That puck goes down, sends it over to Martin. Martin is looking for some real estate. She's trying to backhands it over to Basinski. Basinski sends that one all the way around the boards, and that's going to pop out center ice. Little Caesars trying for a D-to-D pass there, and that one goes errant, and Jackets are going to try to pin it back in the zone, but Little Caesars now working their way back through. Little Caesars sends a quick shot in, and that one glances off the goalie and goes back to the side, and now that one is almost, does pop out, I believe, there. It's in my blind spot. And Little Caesars now trying to work this one back in as Jackets are trying to find that original fire. Shot goes off the glove and over the top of the net of Shorman, and now Little Caesars back with it back behind their own net again. Caesars sends it back man-to-man behind the net, and now there's going to be Basinski's able to knock that one free as she gets some muscle into that one. And Little Caesars again picks it up, and now we're going to have a whistle. We're going to get a whistle here for looks like we're going to call on Little Caesars here for possibly roughing. Couldn't really tell. He's making a bit of a punching motion, so I'm going to go with roughing. It's in my blind spot, and I don't know all the calls. Puck's down. Little Caesars picks it up. Jackets trying to get it back to the blue line. Schlagheck sends it in deeper. And now it's picked up by LaRoche. LaRoche looking for the front of the net. She loses sight of it now. Sullivan's going to pick it back up. Sullivan looking for an option here. She sends it up to Schlagheck. Schlagheck doesn't have a shot, so she drops it down deeper into the corner. Now with Little Caesars sending it full weak side here. Maxim there trying to keep that in, but that one's going to slip through the legs of Schlagheck, or Strang at the blue line. Now quick shot is going to go behind the back of the net. That's going to pop all the way out into neutral ice. Maxim on the forecheck trying to pin this one in. Maxim's able to come away with it. She gets a shot, and that just aired the top of that post as shot just barely missed there by Maxim, and now Schlagheck's going to try to work this one through neutral ice, back on the stick of Maxim. Maxim looking for an option. She's got a girl riding her. That one goes up off the shoulder of the goalie for Little Caesars. A couple of quick shots there by Maxim. That one's going to pop out of the zone. Maxim's going to have to put the hustle on, and as Strang trying to play keep away. Schlock sends it over to Schlagheck. Schlagheck sends it over to Fasoni, and Fasoni nudges it in as Jackets are going to get some fresh legs on here. Haybecker off the bench is able to keep that one in off at the mid boards, and she tries to send it back for Fasoni, but it's going to be picked up by Little Caesars. Little Caesars has it in neutral ice. They're trying to drop pass there. Haybecker there trying to, on the forecheck, trying to take that one off. And now Little Caesars sends it across the front of the net. Comes off their sticks, picked up again by Fasoni. Fasoni trying to put the wheels on. Fasoni's going to cross the blue line, drops it over to Haybecker. Haybecker sends a shot in, and that's going to be gloved by the Little Caesars goalie. But nice teamwork there by the Jackets as they entered that zone. 9:14 to play in the second period now. Offensive faceoff here going to be taken by LeMaster. She looks like she's got McInhill and Kohlhaas out there with her. That puck goes down. It's going to squeeze behind the back of the Caesars net. That puck now, it's Little Caesars sends it for a centering pass, and now they're going to head into the Jacket zone. She makes a couple girls miss, but that puck's going to slip off the stick, and now teamwork between LeMasters and Coalhouse to get that one out of the zone. Little Caesars now trying to regroup it in their own zone. They pass into neutral ice, and now they work it in across the blue line. Little Caesars looking for the front center of the ice, but it's taken off the stick by LeMasters, and now LeMasters is going to send it out. LeMasters tries to poke it forward for McInhill. McInhill gets a little bit of stick on it, and now trying to pin it in the zone. That one's going to pop out into neutral ice again, picked up by Bazinski. She's looking for some real estate, tries to turn that around, and she's able to send it in. Jackets are on a long change here as they skate the length of the ice, and now Little Caesars coming back in. Center or cross ice pass there, broken up by both Bazinski and Martin, and now Little Caesars with it behind the net, taken off the stick by Martin. That one goes over to Maxim now. Maxim looking for an option. She sends that one to the center of the ice, right onto the stick of Little Caesars, and now Pucka's underneath the sticks of Maxim here. Jackets able to poke that one away from Little Caesars again as Little Caesars trying to regroup again. Martin meets her at the blue line and sends that one back into neutral ice, and Little Caesars now is going to send that in with quite a few girls off sides, and now Bazinski is going to send that length of the ice, trying to hit the goalie, but not quite, as we're going to get an icing call here. And Jackets will get some fresh legs. Face-off here going to be taken by Fasoni. She's got Haybecker and Robinson out with her. Puck goes down. Little Caesars sends it hard to the wing. Hard shot in, goes off the leg pads of Shorman. Another shot goes wide of the net. Picked up now by Schlagheck. She's trying to send it over up the mid-boards. That one's going to pop to the middle of the ice. Robinson trying to send it forward for Fasoni, but picked up again by Little Caesars. Little Caesars putting the turnaround on. Little Caesars trying to find an option there in the middle. Going up to the blue line, but intercepted by Robinson, and now Robinson's going to work it back the other way. Beautiful centering pass there to Haybecker, but picked up by Little Caesars, and Little Caesars regrouping behind the net as Jackets get a few fresh legs on. Little Caesars now working their way out into neutral ice. Picked off by the stick by McInhill, and then a huge hit there on Schlagheck as Jackets are trying to clear this one out. Picked up at the blue line, trickling in, and now that's going to be picked up by Schlagheck off the pads of Shorman. Schlagheck now out and into neutral ice. Schlagheck still trying to muscle this one through. That one's going to trickle all the way back behind the net. Schlagheck still be the one giving chase back there. Coalhouse able to keep that at the blue line as she was the one covering that for Schlagheck, and now Jackets still have that behind the net as defense is back covering for potential cherry picking. Little Caesars again working their way into the zone, and a couple of bodies hit the ice as that one's pinned against the wall. Douse comes away with it. Douse changes direction, looking up the boards for Fasoni, but it's going to be Little Caesars who comes away with that. They're trying to create some space now, and Little Caesars is going to send it over to the opposite corner. That one goes center of the ice and kept it in the blue line by Little Caesars, and they're going to loop around the top of the circle, send it back to the blue liner. She drops it back down to the wing. That one's going to sneak behind the back of the net again, and that pass up to the blue line is going to go all the way through, and it's going to be off to the races here. Sullivan there to meet the player behind the net, and Jackets trying to keep this one in, but Little Caesars is going to break that one through into neutral ice. Maxim giving chase into the corner here as Little Caesars is able to bat that one in behind the net. Little Caesars now looking for a centering option, but that is taken off the stick, and now Jackets are able to flip it out into neutral ice. Rolling puck collected by Little Caesars. Robinson on the forecheck here. Little Ceasars loops it around back behind their own net again. They send it up the boards. That's going to pop into neutral ice, and it's going to be sent back in, and Jackets clear the zone just in time. But Little Ceasars is going to send it back the opposite direction. That one's going to come all the way into the Jacket zone, but it's Basinski who picks it up on the stick. Basinski now going to try to go back full length of the ice. Basinski's working her way in. She sends a hard shot in, but that goes wide of the net. Picked up now by Maxim. Maxim looking for a centering option. Haybecker in the middle of the ice. Haybecker with a shot. Kohlhaas with a shot, and both denied as Jackets get a couple quick, and now Fasoni trying to muscle her way in down the boards deeper. Kohlhaas there as well, trying to keep that in, but that's going to pop out as Martin gives a hard shove at the blue line. Little Ceasars again working their way back in. Schlagheck trying to pin her in the corner. Centering pass broken up by Fasoni, and now Schlagheck's going to try to get this one out of the corner again. Centering pass goes to the blue line. Hard shot off the pads of Shorman. Still loose there, and Shorman finally gets the gloves over it as a couple of shots hit off her body, and the Little Ceasars look like they were right there for some more, so good job covering that one on up, and we will have an offensive zone faceoff. 3:40 to play now in this second period. Faceoff going to be taken by LeMasters. Puck goes down hard out to the wing for Little Ceasars, and she's trying to find an option here. Come back to the blue line. Shot comes to the stick of Douse. Douse is able to hit Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas trying to keep control of that and neutralize, but Little Ceasars going to be able to try to work that back the other direction. That taken off the stick by LeMasters. LeMasters trying to get it over to Douse. That one is going to be taken by McInhill, and she gets a hard elbow to the back of the head, and I think we will get a call on this as Little Ceasars will go to the box for interference here, and the Jackets will get another power play. Very physical game so far this evening. Puck goes down to LeMasters. LeMasters trying to send it back to Basinski. Basinski picks it up the blue line, makes a man miss, gets a shot off as she's falling, but that goes into traffic, and Basinski again able to pick it up at the blue line, chucks it in deep into the zone, and it's going to be LaRoche back there fighting for it behind the net. Little Ceasars picks it up again, but it's Sullivan who's able to grab that exit pass. Picks it again to Basinski. Basinski looking for some space, sends a hard shot in, but off the blocker of the Ceasars goalie, and Ceasars able to clear that one now as they send that the length of the ice for an icing call. So a couple quick shots there for the Jackets in the first 33 seconds of this power play. 2:33 to go in the game. Or in the second period, not in the game. Jackets are going to get... looks like Jackets are going to keep the same group out here for this second offensive face-off for the power play. Going to be taken by Maxim. She's got Fasoni and LaRoche with her. That one goes back to Basinski. Basinski looking for an option. She dancing the blue line. Hard shot. Again off the blocker of the goalie. Fasoni trying to get free so that she can pick that up. Little Ceasars, though, is able to collect it and neutralize. Little Ceasars is taking it down, looking for an option as she dances around some defenders there. Little Ceasars now behind the back of the net, able to have some time to set that up. They send it to the blue line. Hard shot in, goes off the shoulder of Maxim, and now Little Ceasars again with it in the corner. Little Ceasars looking for a centering pass. That one's going to pop away from her. Her stick is missing in action, and Maxim's able to clear that one out of the zone. Maxim now with it in neutral ice. She's looking for a shot. Maxim dancing through the middle, and that's going to come off her stick. Fasoni was trying to keep it in for a moment, and now Little Ceasars is going to have a 1-on-2 here, and almost cleared by Basinski, but picked at the blue line by Little Ceasars, and now that's going to pop behind the net. Little Ceasars back at full strength. 1:35 to play in this period. Basinski now picks it up on the board. She's trying to pop it up to Haybecker. Haybecker doesn't see it through the skates, and now Little Ceasars tries to poke it back the opposite way. Still tied up here in neutral ice, and that's going to go in down, I think, for an icing call there on the Jackets as the fight for the puck sent it flying. And we will get an defensive zone face-off, 1:19 to play in the second period. Face-off going to be taken by LeMasters. She's got Haybecker and Robinson with her. That one goes over to the board side wing, but her pass up to the blue line doesn't hit, and now it was Robinson who was able to get a breakaway. She got tied up there right in front of the net. Comes back to Lucy. She's able to get a shot, but it goes into the legs, and now Little Ceasars back through the neutral zone. Little Ceasars with a pass. Hard shot. Goes into the pads of Shorman. No, that one's going to pop around the back of the net. Picked up now by LeMasters. LeMasters trying with the exit pass. She hits Sullivan. Sullivan trying to work her way through. She just gets past the red line, chucks that in, and Sullivan's going to give chase. Jacket's getting a line change here. Little Ceasars with it behind the back of the net. Caught at the mid-boards by Kohlhaas and chucked back in behind the Little Ceasars net. 25 seconds to go in this period. Little Ceasars trying to break this one out. They come through the middle of the ice. Little Ceasars looking for an option. She hits a hard slapper right into the numbers of Franklin, it looked like, and that was able to trickle into the glove of Shorman, and we will get a clock stoppage here. 14.2 seconds to go in this period. Face-off going to be taken by Fasoni. That puck goes down, tied up underneath. Stouts trying to fight for it there. She sends it over to Franklin. Franklin trying to send it up to LaRoche. LaRoche able to pop that one free at the blue line. Back into neutral ice, and it looks like that is going to be just about time as we get the buzzer there on the second period. And we will be going to the end of the two with the same score as the end of one, as the Jackets still trail 2-0. Final period coming up here against Little Ceasars. Third and final period to play here in Windy City. Puck goes down to Little Ceasars. They pick it up. Trickling down into the Jacket zone. LeMasters there behind the net to meet her. LeMasters and Bazinski trying to shovel that one out. That centering pass is picked up by Little Ceasars, trying to be broken up by Robinson. Now LeMasters sends that over to McInhill. McInhill trying to shove that one out at the boards. And then finally, that one got able to pop free, and it's going to be LeMasters giving chase. LeMasters trying to poke this one up, and the rest of the Jackets going for the line change. She's going to be stripped of it, and Little Ceasars working back the other way. Little Ceasars takes it into the Jacket zone. Schlagheck trying to keep her from getting toward the center of the net, and Schlagheck able to prevent that shot from going off. And puck goes now again to the opposite side, picked up by Haybecker. Haybecker trying to shove that one through. That one pops back in a little farther, and now Schlagheck with it tied up. Now LeMasters picks it up. Great move there by the referee to jump over that puck, and it's going to be sent back in behind the Jackets net. Schlagheck still trying to fight that one loose, and Sliding into the opposite corner. Comes up to the blue line. Hard shot. Doesn't quite make it through traffic. Little Caesars, though, still fighting for it, and that is going to go in. It pops up and over the head of Shoreman, I believe, as that went off of some bodies and just kind of sailed real funky up there and bounced over. I think it was Schlagheck trying to keep it out as she saw that one going in, but so center ice face off here for the Jackets. 12:29 to play in this final period. Maxim here to take it with Sullivan and Colehouse. Sullivan shoveling that one farther into the Little Caesars zone, trying to capitalize. Little Caesars now going to send that one the length of the ice, tapped by Dowse, and now Little Caesars has it behind the Jackets net again. Tried to send it up to the blue line, but that one's going to pop full length of the ice. Little Caesars going to go on the chase for it. Maxim now trying to pin her back behind her own net. Maxim, that one is sent up the midboards by Little Caesars. Little Caesars trying to muscle this one out of the zone, and they're going to now enter the Jacket zone. Franklin and Dowse on defense, crossing pass there, and now they're going to try for the backhand, and they had Jackets going every which direction, and they were able to pass to the weak side and put the fourth one in there. So 11:43 to play in the third period. Jackets are going to have another center ice face-off here. Face-off going to be taken by LeMasters. She's got LaRoche and Robinson here with her. Puck goes down. It's going to be Robinson picking it up. Robinson trying to fight that one into the zone. She's met at the blue line, and Little Caesars now working it back the other direction. Little Caesars enters the Jacket zone. She makes a man-miss. Hard shot gets deflected high of the net. Little Caesars sends it back to the blue line. Shot gets caught on the stick of LeMasters. Now LeMasters working her way into neutral ice. She sends it forward, but it's onto the stick of the Caesars, and Caesars now working it back the opposite direction. Caesars is down into the Jacket zone on the midboards, and pinned there, I believe, by LeMasters and Robinson. Martin there now behind the back of the net as well. Kaczynski trying to get that puck free. Little Caesars sends it up to the blue line. Hard shot in, gets the body of LeMasters again. LeMasters looking for Robinson. Robinson now coming through neutral ice. She gets through the neutral zone and chucks it in. His Jackets are going to get a full set of legs out here. That one popped free by Fasoni, and now McInhill and Fasoni trying to keep this one in. That's going to slide free into the neutral ice. Strang trying to keep it off the stick, and it gets tied up in the body. Hard shot goes through the legs of Schlagheck, and now Haybecker trying to get this one out to Fasoni. Fasoni now with the hard forecheck is able to knock that one free deeper into the zone. Haybecker now trying to give chase as well. Fasoni gets some contact there on the boards, and puck is still in the zone, and Fasoni's going to go for the change here as puck is in neutral ice. Strang trying to muscle her way in. Jackets still changing, and that one's now going to be at the blue line. Shot broken up by Sullivan, but again, quick turnaround shot. Little Caesars has it back behind the net again. Strang trying to fight for it, and now Little Caesars can't quite get a shot off as a couple of girls go down here. Little Caesars trying to send it back up to the blue line, and Sullivan trying to work it out. Hard shot again goes into the blocker of Shoreman, and she's able to get a glove over it. So we will get a stoppage here with 9:27 to go in the third period. Puck's going to go down to LeMasters. That one goes over to the midboards, picked up by Little Caesars. Little Caesars looking for a shot. It's going to slide off her stick. She catches it, though, before it sneaks out and is able to send it into the weak side corner. Picked up now by Dowse. Dowse trying to send that one horseshoeing around. Little Caesar's going to drop low and pick that up, though, and it's going to be Franklin now trying to pick it up. Franklin looking for some real estate. She sends it up to LaRoche. LaRoche trying to pop that one to the center of the ice, and now it's going to be Robinson who gets a bit of a stick on it, but Little Caesars again picking it up. Little Caesars looping around. They do a D to D pass, and now they send it up farther forward. Little Caesars works their way into the zone, but it slips off the stick, and it's going to be Franklin who's able to pick it up. She's going to send it out of the zone into neutralize. Little Caesars collects it again in their own zone. Send that one forward, and a little drop pass there as they now enter. Jacket's able to pop that one off the stick, though, and now it's going to be Fasoni who's able to get that one free. She's going off to the races as she's trying to dispossess her right in front of the net. Little Caesars now sending that one up, and they're going to get an icing call as they attempt for the long pass and don't quite hit the stick. So offensive zone face-off here for the Jackets. 8:20 to play in the game. Face-off going to be taken by Maxim. Puck goes down, pops back to Bazinski. Bazinski looking for a shot. She doesn't have one, sends it horseshoeing around the back of the boards. Picked up now by Sullivan. Sullivan trying to send it back over to Fasoni. And now it's going to be Little Caesars who's going to break this one out of the Jacket zone. Send that one forward through neutralize, but she's met there by Bazinski, but she's somehow able to come away with the puck. Centering pass broken up by Martin, and now Bazinski's going to come pick it up. Bazinski's able to chip that one free of neutralize, and now Little Caesars trying to send it back the opposite direction, and Bazinski's going to get a offsides call as we will have a neutralized face-off here. 7:47 to go in the final period. Puck goes down back to the defense of Little Caesars. Almost picked off there by Robinson. Robinson getting the hard forecheck here as the Jackets are trying to keep this one in, but we will be offsides, and we will get another face-off from the opposite dot here. 7:37 now in this period. Puck goes down, tied up under the circle. Masters goes down too. Picked up by Robinson. Robinson trying to work her way into the zone. Robinson looking for some space. She's tied up there on the boards. Little Caesar's now going to come back away with it. Little Caesar gets it cleared out. Strang trying to keep that one away now. Strang picks it up. She's back in the Jacket zone. She gets a quick turnaround, trying to make a man miss. She goes down hard, but that's going to slip over to the stick of Schlagheck. Schlagheck now looks like we're going to be on the delayed penalty, so we pulled Shorman. Schlagheck's still trying to keep this puck away from Little Caesars, and they're trying to get a stick on it as Jackets send a sixth skater on. Little Caesars, though, is going to come away with that, and we will have a power play here as Little Caesars will go to the box again for possibly an interference. See what they decide to call it. Did not see the signal on that, so we'll call it an interference. Puck goes down to Maxim, sent hard over to the side and hits Sullivan in the head, I think. And now Little Caesars trying to break this one out against Bazinski. Fasoni racing her way back. They try to send that through the legs of Bazinski, and Bazinski's able to keep her from making her way to the puck. Sent back to the blue line, and that hits the body of Bazinski. Bazinski now working her way back through neutralize. She tries to send that one into the corner, and it's going to be Sullivan giving chase back behind the Jackets, or behind the net. Picked up by Maxim. Maxim sends a shot in, almost on the rebound by Fasoni, but it's going to be the Little Caesars coming down through into the Jacket zone. Hard shot goes back behind the net and picked up again by Little Caesars. Jackets trying to cut this puck out again. Picked up by LaRoche. LaRoche tries to send it forward, and now that's going to be picked up again by Sullivan. Jackets on a line change here, I believe, as Maxim is String trying to keep it in. Pass to the center of the ice by String. Gets deflected by Little Caesars. And now Coalhouse, they're trying to fight for it at the corner. Coalhouse able to keep that in. Jacket's still trying to get this shot off. That comes to the stick of String. String almost able to keep it in, but she pops into neutral ice, and Schlagheck's going to send that one back into the zone. 5 minutes to go in this game. 5.5 minutes to go in this game, and Little Caesars still trying to break this one out. That's going to hit the skate, and Jackets have a couple of shooting opportunities. Coalhouse now sends a shot in that hits the body of Maxim, though. Puck's still loose there in front of the net. And don't know if we've got a cover of it on it, but we will now, as it was covered either by the glove of the goalie or the booty of a player. I'm not sure. So 5:05 to go in this third period. Jackets will have an offensive zone face-off here. Going to be taken by Maxim. She's got Sullivan and Fisoni out with her. Maxim sends it back to Franklin. Franklin doesn't have a shot. Tries to send it over to Douse, but clips off the stick of Little Caesars, and Little Caesars going to try to go on a quick breakaway. Send that one to the middle as Douse had a beat on her, and now that centering pass goes to the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan trying to hit Fisoni. Fisoni's able to break that one into the zone. And Little Caesars now trying to break it out of their own zone. Little Caesars coming across the blue line. Maxim on the back check here. Poked away there now by Franklin into the boards, and Little Caesars trying to find the center of the ice. Maxim has her pinned up behind the back of the net, and Little Caesars trying to they send that one back around the sideboards. Puck's still just scooting around back there as Maxim and Franklin are both trying to muscle that one through. Maxim now is going to come away with it with a little bit of space here. She sends it up to Fisoni. Fisoni's able to break it in neutral ice. She tries to hit Sullivan. That hits the skates of Sullivan, and it's Maxim who picks it up, but she can't quite make it through with it to get a shot off. That's going to pop to the blue line for Basinski. Basinski sends a shot in, but that's going to go wide of the net. Maxim there at the sideboards to meet it on the opposite side. And Maxim's going to toss it in and go for the change as Robinson now trying to keep this one in. And that's going to pop into neutral ice, and Little Caesars is going to send it in for not an icing call. Looked like we had the hand up, but no icing here. And Little Caesars still got it pinned in the Jacket zone. 3 minutes to play. Shot goes off the sidebar and left out of the air by Basinski. Basinski now gets the girl pinned on the boards. Masters as well, as Jacket's still trying to clear this one out. Hard shot from the top of the circle. Basinski tries to send that one wheeling around, and now it's going to be LeMasters who's able to get that through neutral ice. Oh, she sends a drop pass, but changing lines can't pick that up, and Little Caesars again working their way back toward the front of the net. Basinski now going to send that one length of the ice, and it's going to be right on target, so we will not get an icing, and Little Caesars will hustle back there to collect it. Little Caesars now through the neutral ice, and that's going to pop off their stick and onto the stick of Schlagheck. She gets through past the red line and goes down chasing. Schlagheck's still back behind the net, and that one's going to pop up the midboards. It's going to come through. It's going to be Strang back as the defender. Schlagheck's now back with her. Strang trying to pop this one free, and it's going to come almost out into neutral ice, but Little Caesars somehow able to keep that in, and it's still it's Schlagheck now trying to get this one clear. LaRoche over there as well, along with Coalhouse. Hard shot from the blue line goes fishtailing in over the net. And now Little Caesars has it again. They do a couple of passes behind the net and try to send that one up to the blue line, but no one home, and now they're going to have to be recollecting it in neutral ice. Little Caesars again knocking at the doors. They send a hard shot in. That goes off the glove of Shorman, and now picked up again by Douse. Douse had it in, Little Caesars almost had it in front of the net, but it's picked up by Franklin. Franklin going the length of the ice. She's looking for an option. She sends that one into the corner. Looping around, looking for a centering pass, doesn't quite make it through traffic, and Little Caesars again trying to work their way back out through neutral ice. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in this game. Little Caesars now coming into the Jacket zone, trying to get that shot off that doesn't make it through the skates, and it's going to trickle in and under the glove of Shorman. So with 1:05 to play, we will get a defensive zone face-off here for the Jackets. Puck down. Still tied up there. Quick shot there by Little Caesars. Gets tied up in some skates. And now Martin has it behind the back of the net. Martin trying to send it up for Robinson. And Martin still with it back there. She sends it over to Basinski. Basinski looking center of the ice for LeMasters. That taps off her stick and into the zone of Little Caesars. But they're able to quickly clear it out back out into neutral ice. Picked up again by Martin, and now LeMasters just trying to muscle it in. LeMasters and Haybeck are both trying to fight for that one, and Little Caesars able to get it back into neutral ice, and they shovel that one all the way down the length, and we will get an icing call. So 23.9 seconds to go in the game. Jackets will get an offensive zone face-off here. Face-off going to be taken by Colehouse. It's going to be McInhill and LaRoche out with her. Kaczynski and Martin on defense. Puck goes down. Still fighting for it underneath the face-off circle. And now Little Caesars is going to go on an offensive push here with 15 seconds to go. Little Caesars looking for the front of the net. That one glances off. Defended by the Jackets. LaRoche comes up with it. She's trying to get that one clear from the front of the net still. Fought into the corner, 3 seconds to play, and that's going to pop over to McInhill, and that will be game as the Jackets fall 4-0 here to Little Caesars. We will be back tomorrow morning, if you call it that, 11:35 Central Time. Jackets will be taking on the Windy City Storm right here at the Windy City Elite Showcase. So join us tomorrow morning for the third final game of a bracket play, a pool play.